Back on earth with two messages. I am alive because of these two messages I'm about to give you. My brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers, the Lord had refreshed my mind about the revelation I had on July 17, 2019, about heaven and hell, where I was given two messages to bring back on earth. This is the verse the Lord used to remind me today. Matthew 13, verse 11. Jesus answered then, to you it has been given to know the secrets of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it has not been given. Please share. Here are the messages. 1. To live with Christ in the highest heavens, you should share the word with people every time and day. Only evangelists will live as prince, noble men, etc. in heaven. 2. Women should stop exposing their bodies in the house of God because it will stop them from living with Christ in the highest heavens. Now here is the revelation. On the night of July 17, 2019, I saw myself standing at the junction of heaven and hell. I call this place a junction because that's where souls wait for the right angel to come and take them to their final destination. While standing there, I looked at my left and I saw a door open, and within it, fire flames were going up. It looks like a huge fire was there. I recognized it to be hell's door. Ahead of me, I saw another door open. Within it was steps leading from down up, and there were blue and white skies. I recognized it as heaven's door. And when I looked at my right, I saw a very large mirror. I could see myself when I was on earth. In the mirror, one Sunday, I came from using my church bathroom and I was dressing while going back in service, and my shirt lifted up from the back and my naked body showed. While watching this in the mirror, a man walked to me and said, you are not the only person who has exposed your body in God's house. There is one group of people who are intentionally exposing their bodies in the house of God. He said, look. When I looked at the mirror again, I could see some young and elderly women sitting in service, and they all had on a special style of clothes. At the neck of these clothes were elastics, and when it comes at the neck to cover their bodies, I could see all of them bringing it down their shoulders till their naked bodies showed. Some had on blouses and others had on dresses. The man said, people who are exposing their bodies like this in the house of God and have not asked for mercy will not live with Christ in the highest heavens. When I heard this, I felt so bad and asked, do you mean I'm going to hell? He said, no, you accepted Christ as your Lord and Savior, but you won't live with Christ in the highest heavens because you exposed your body in God's house and didn't ask for mercy. And you didn't do the thing that qualified a believer to live with Christ in the highest heavens. You had so much time to share the good news with people you met in cars, at your school, and other places, but you didn't share the word. When I heard these words from him, I felt so bad again, and I began to beg him to allow me to come back on earth and share the word with people. He said no. The host of heaven is not allowing anyone to come here and go back on earth because so many people had gone back with the message, but believers are still not doing the assignment Christ left with them. I continued to plead with him, and I told him to allow me to bring the message about women exposing their bodies in God's house. I said some women are wearing these clothes because they feel it's a fashion. They don't know that it will hinder them from living with Christ in the highest heavens. He looked at me for a while and finally agreed. Just then, we heard someone coming down the steps. He looked at the location and said, you have to go now. That's the angel coming to take you. If he comes and meets you here, you won't go back on earth. Right away, I started to walk. When I took few steps, he ran to me and said, when you get on earth, give these two messages to anyone you meet, because when your angel comes and finds out that I have allowed you to go back, he might come for you. When I took few steps, I saw myself jumping down like I was in an upstairs house. On earth, I saw myself walking on a path, and I saw an outside kitchen and ran there, and I saw two women and a boy sitting. I started to give the message to them, but they were not hearing me. It was like I had no voice. And so I used sign language to ask the boy who had bag on his back for pen and paper to write the two messages. While he was checking for it, I woke up and found myself all soaked with sweat. So these are the two messages again. Women, stop exposing your body in the house of God. Believers, to live with Christ in the highest heavens, you have to do the assignment He left with you. Please share.